From hypercar to supercar, I've had the opportunity to review pretty spectacular cars, and today I want to show you some of my favorite McLarens, and one of them is a hypercar. I'm Trina from Shark Media Reviews. Let me know which one's your favorite. Hi, I'm Trina from Shark Media Reviews, and today we're going to review this 2020 McLaren 600LT Spider. If you're in the market for a 600LT, this one beside me is for sale. Or if you're in the market for really any other vehicle or some of the most exotic vehicles in Ontario, visit our friends here at MVL Leasing. And we're also gonna link their YouTube channel below. Now, right away, the first thing you're gonna notice is this paint. So this is an MSO paint exterior. It's called Lotus Blue, and it's gonna come with a black Alcantara interior. Now, coming down to the front of our 600LT, it is an extremely low vehicle. So this one does come equipped with a lift. You're gonna have a gorgeous front splitter. With the LT, that signifies long tail. So that's going to be more of a track focused design. Some of those things are the front splitter, the side blades, a fixed wing, and we're gonna get to all of that. So one thing, it is very low. I'm pretty much sitting on the ground, but we do have parking sensors, which is awesome. One really nice touch is it's kind of like an Easter egg, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's going to say 600LT in your headlight. So just a little reminder that this is a pretty special car. And one thing that ties this all together is we do have that Lotus Blue, but we also have this orange lower pin striping throughout the car. Coming to our tire setup, we're gonna have an ultra-light 5-spoke forged alloy wheel, and they're a staggered set. So we're gonna have 19 in the front and 20 on the back. Now, this is a diamond cut wheel finish, and of course, standard from McLaren is you're gonna get carbon ceramic disc brakes. In the front, you're gonna have a 6-piston aluminum caliper, and in the back, you're gonna have a 4-piston aluminum caliper. Now, every LT is defined by lightness, so we're gonna touch again on more of the carbon fiber body components. So we have our front splitter, we have our side sills just down here. We also have lightweight exhaust tips on the front. We have a larger carbon fiber diffuser in the back, and of course, our carbon fiber fixed wing. This car is perfectly specced out, in my opinion, when it comes to our colors playing with each other. So again, we have this gorgeous blue, and we also have a special color brake caliper in this lovely orange, which is gonna tie together with our MSO seat belts, and as well as that lower pin striping throughout. Now, keep in mind, everything for the 600LT is inspired by lightweight design and, overall agility. This is 50 kilograms heavier than the coupe version of the 600LT, and this is gonna weigh just over 1,200 kilograms. So it's still on the lighter side, considering it's got a power hardtop. Now, anyone that's ever had the opportunity to touch, feel, or drive a McLaren, one thing I've always overly been impressed by are the dehedral doors. So we just click right here. They're extremely light, and it'll just take over. Now, the long tail body design, our front splitter, our extended rear diffuser, and this fixed wing work together to generate 220 pounds of downforce, and that's at 155 miles per hour. Now, one thing with the McLaren 600LT, I always find the back a little intimidating because, we have our top exit exhaust system, and it is a lightweight exhaust. They are going to save anywhere they can with this model. It is ceramic coated, so you don't melt your rear wing when your flames are coming out. You do have heat extractors throughout, so we have some on the top here. And what I thought was a really nice touch is they're kind of hidden right where your back taillights are. There is an opportunity for weight savings all around this car, and the total weight saving compared to the 570S Spider is 100 kilograms. So if you're pretty extreme and you do plan to take this on the track, you can spec it out just right that you save 100 kilograms. Now, keep in mind, this car is for sale, and it does come equipped with the front end paint protection, which I think is almost a no-brainer. Again, this is an extremely low riding vehicle, so you do have the tiniest little backup camera. Now, another thing that makes our 600LT so incredibly light is that it has the monocell chassis. So it's a carbon fiber chassis. It's this tub you see here. It makes the core of the vehicle, and that's really what's going to strengthen it and give you that agility on the track. Now, this 600LT does come equipped with the Luxe Pack, so you do have more of a comfort seat. Obviously, Alcantara throughout. These seats are heated as well as memory, which is a really nice touch. You also have a power adjustable steering column, and you have a 12-speaker Bowers & Wilkins sound system. Throughout the interior, it really is sprinkled with carbon fiber. Again, we love weight saving, but it also looks really cool. So our steering wheel is really just made up of carbon fiber and Alcantara, which is a super nice touch. What this car has done to perfection is there's no buttons. There's nothing on the steering wheel. It is a driver center focused car. It's meant for the track. You're not going to take a Bluetooth call with it. It's perfect. And you also have your track line up here. And what I really love is that our paddle shifters are about that big. Now there is some practicality with the 600LT that I'm sitting in. Again, we have comfort seats, quite nice. There are nets sprinkled throughout. So we have compartments because again, there's no glove box. We want to have as much weight savings as possible. So there's about 3 nets that I can see. There are 2 somewhat cup holders. I think they could hold a Red Bull. You do have 3 USB ports and a nice little nook in here, so you could put your wallet in there, I guess. Being that this is a track-focused car, it obviously comes equipped with launch control, which is just at our fingertips. Once more, there's more carbon fiber here. What's a really nice touch is that this is a convertible. However, we're not gonna lose that exhilarating sound of our engine if we don't want to. So right here, there is an option where I can put down this back window while still having my hardtop on, so I can hear this engine roar. Now, another impressive touch to our 600LT is our hardtop. Now, this hardtop shuts in 15 seconds and you can do it up to 25 miles per hour. Now, under the hood, we're gonna have a very powerful 3.8 liter V8 twin turbo engine. It's gonna pump out 592 horsepower. It goes 0 to 60 in just under 3 seconds, and on the quarter mile, this is a 10-second car. Now, the 600LT's top speed is 324 kilometers per hour. But I have to ask you guys, if you're buying something like this, have you or will you track it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Trina from Shark Media Reviews, and make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell because we're gonna be bringing you a lot more content. So the latest generation lightweight brake calipers, carbon disc, and McLaren Senna inspired booster ensure precise pedal feel and incredible stopping power. 200 kilometers per hour to standstill in just 121 meters. The Longtail name has a history with McLaren dating back to the McLaren F1 GTR Longtail. The McLaren 600LT comes equipped with a 7-speed transmission with a reverse seamless shift gearbox. Hi, I'm Trina, and today we're going to be reviewing this 2019 McLaren Senna. We're going to explore just exactly why this is McLaren's most calculated masterpiece to date. This is number 343 of 500. So keep in mind, there's only 500 of these made for the entire planet, and we have number 343 with us here. So right away, something that's kind of controversial with this car is its look. It doesn't look like anything else on the road. And it's not that that was intentional, but everything on this car has purpose. Every wing, every air intake, every flap, everything is for aerodynamic and as well as your downforce pressure. So we're gonna start at the front of the vehicle here. This car is almost made entirely of carbon fiber. In fact, it only weighs just shy of 1,200 kilograms. For a car this size, that is more than impressive. Right in the front here, you'll see that there's a series of flaps. These will actually rotate to create more downforce for this vehicle, and it's also going to stop and aid the airflow to the front tires. With the McLaren Senna, it is made with tons of carbon fiber. Now, there is 0 storage in this car, 0. However, in the front here, it's kind of interesting and a little scary to do because it's a Senna, but if you push your hand just about here, so in here, you're going to find your power steering fluid as well as your windshield wiper fluid. So, and again, just to latch it, you just press it down. Again, there's no mechanical anything, and that's gonna save on weight. Coming around the side of the vehicle, we're gonna take a look at our tires. They're absolutely massive. We have our 19 in the front, it is a staggered set, and our 20-inch in the back. We have to really keep talking about the body of this vehicle because all I see is passage for airflow. So something really incredible about this car, as mentioned, it only weighs just shy of 1,200 kilograms, but it has 1,800 pounds of force, of downforce. So that is how this car just grips the road. And everything on the exterior is meant for that purpose. So on the front of the Senna, this entire piece right here of this fender, so this is all one intact piece, and it only weighs 1.5 pounds. which is pretty crazy because I'm pretty sure you can buy like a £1.50 burger at fast food joints. So coming around the side of the vehicle, you're gonna see your carbon fiber just everywhere on this vehicle. I'm probably gonna have to say carbon fiber 100 times in this video. And then you have your nice wing here, this massive air intake that's gonna help cool your back tires. It doesn't look like anything else on the road. It almost doesn't look real. It looks like a prototype, but McLaren's pretty proud of how controversial the look of this car is because it's all functional. And anybody that talks about the look, McLaren just fires back saying everything is functional for aerodynamic and that sheer downforce. So back here, you have this massive wing. It's probably my length and body size. This actually only weighs 10.5 pounds. It also has DRS, so drag reducing systems. This is F1 technology. So this wing is going to turn accordingly to speed, and it's gonna help with braking. It's also gonna help with your downforce. Something that's really cool is anytime a manufacturer puts their exhaust on the top of the car, that's something I always like. McLaren seems to do it best. And right here, it's super thin. These are your turn signals as well as your brake lights. So you really, they put it into the vehicle's design so well. It is very thin, but we'll demonstrate later when they are turned on, they are quite bright. And then you have, of course, your backup camera because very limited visibility when looking out of this car. So down by the wheel side, so right away, we're gonna see that we have our carbon ceramic brakes. We have this nice black gloss finish with the McLaren emblem in the middle. Now, an interesting fact about these calipers is that these take 3 months to build. And with the McLaren on the track, been tested through and through, this thing is a rocket on the track, but it also stops almost on a dime compared to other vehicles because of this braking system. So again, with the Senna, everything is functional. You'll notice this pretty massive roof scoop on the top of the vehicle, and that's going to help suck in air and spit it out through here. Again, to repeat, there's 1,800 pounds of downforce with the McLaren Senna. So with the McLaren Senna, we cannot access this engine. McLaren does not want anybody touching it. This is just for their technicians, so you actually really can't access it. But looking in, we'll see more carbon fiber. So this is 789 horsepower. This is a 4.0 V8 twin turbocharged engine. And this is going to go 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. Another interesting fact about this car is on the track, it's almost a 9-second car. On the track, it's gonna give you 10.1 second speeds. So the McLaren Senna key is pretty simple. You have your lock, your unlock, but something I really like is there's a mean little Senna down here. And if you press it, it simply just turns on all your lights for your Senna. So in case people didn't know you drove this Senna, you can just remind them by turning on your lights as you casually walk up to your million-plus car. So with the McLaren Senna, of course, it has the dihedral doors. They're incredibly light. I don't know exactly how many pounds, but I'm gonna say they're made primarily of fiberglass, so not many. And it's quite functional, very easy to reach. The hydraulics are quite nice. Again, it's all carbon fiber, that's all I see here. And something really unique is it has 3 windows, not 1, not 2, but 3. So we're inside the Senna. I will say I was not graceful getting in. I actually had to take my heels off, but this is a supercar, this is a race car, it's a hypercar. You know, it's meant to race, not get in gracefully. So right away, it's all carbon fiber. There's nothing really happening in here. It is a minimalist interior, but it's also really overwhelming because I've never sat in anything like this. It kind of feels like a spaceship. It doesn't feel like a car, that's for sure. So we're gonna go and look at kind of our instrumental cluster. So right here, it's all digital so that you can see your readings. But something that's really interesting about this is an instrumental cluster that will move. So with the instrumental cluster, when you do engage your race mode, which is right up here, the cluster will tuck in so you can just really see how quick you're going. It's also gonna engage every other feature of the vehicle to be really track focused and track ready. Again, this is a car that is like hot like a rocket, but it's gonna turn like a ballerina on the track. It's why you buy this car. So in the Senna, I'm in these probably the deepest bucket seats I've ever gone in. And they also do have our fancy racing straps if I'm gonna bring it on the track. This is actually unlike any other bucket seat either. It's made up of 7 different pads. I will say, even though it's totally made of carbon fiber, it's got that nice Alcantara finish. It is quite comfortable. I have quite a bad back, and I can actually feel that I'd be able to drive in this for a while with that bucket seat and a little bit of padding. So with the McLaren Senna, there is only 500 made in existence. And right here, each Senna is gonna have their chassis number. So once more, we are in number 343. So being that this is a Senna, you're supposed to be having this on the track. So a cute little Easter egg we found is that your climate control gentleman or gal is actually a little race car driver. So just a reminder, you're a race car driver if you own this car. There's also cameras to record your track time. You can get quite in depth. You can get in depth with like overcast or rain or overall conditions on the track. So it's going to monitor your track time, your lap time, and just like how good you are as a race car driver. So with the Senna, there's zero storage. There's none. So there is no frunk, there's no trunk, there's no glove box. There's only 2 small compartments here. They're not cup holders. They're literally just little sockets, and maybe put some change in there. But something that is quite interesting with your Senna key, McLaren did make sure that you have a nice little pocket for it so you don't lose it when you're on the track. So another interesting fact with the Senna is your drive mode select is here. So you have drive, neutral, reverse, you have your launch control. Something interesting is it still has the auto start stop option. Even in a hypercar, it's going to try to consume less fuel. But something that is pretty unique is, of course, it's all going to be manual to save on weight, but this cluster does move with this seat. So once more, they are really focused on the fact that it is a track car and everything should be perfectly suited to that driver's height and comfort. So shutting the McLaren dihedral door is just right here. It was quite easy. It's really awkward in here. So this isn't a car you're gonna wanna bring to a Tim Hortons or a Starbucks or anything, because it is quite awkward. I feel a little weird about doing that. So definitely not stopping with the car in a drive-through. And sitting here, there's 4 windows. There's one above me. There's one right here that doesn't function. The only window that opens is this. And then down here, I guess in case you wanna see how fast the road is moving at your feet. Okay, so open up the dihedral doors is just a latch up here. You hear the hydraulics let it go, and it is super light, like a couple pounds it feels like on my fingers. If this does not work and you're stuck in your Senna, you can pull this latch here and you'll still get out. So something I'm super excited to do, we are going to start up and hear what the cold start sounds like for this McLaren Senna. I want to thank our friends here at Nawab Motors, and of course if you've liked this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in getting more information on this vehicle, please see the link below. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Trina from Shark Media Reviews, and today we have a 2025 McLaren Artura Spider. Now coming down to the front of our Artura Spider, one of my favorite things that McLaren does so well is their front headlights actually kind of resembles their logo, which is really nice. This is actually called Tanzanite Blue, and this is an elite package for their paint, so it's an upgraded cost. We are gonna have our parking sensors, which is lovely for such a low vehicle like our McLaren Artura Spider. We're even gonna have a functional front camera. Throughout the vehicle, we're gonna notice some black accents. So for instance, on our front lip there, on our front fender louvers, as well as our mirrors and our exhaust tips. So this package is the black pack, and we're gonna see that highlighted throughout. Now the 2025 McLaren Artura Spider is really shaped by a relentless focus on lightweight engineering, and it shows in the weight of the vehicle. It's just over 3,400 pounds, which is 500 pounds lighter than most of its rivals in its segment. Now, being that this is a brand new hybrid supercar, you'd expect it to be maybe on the heavier side. It's also a convertible. That being said, it has McLaren's new architecture, MCLA, which stands for McLaren Carbon Lightweight Architecture, making it incredibly light. Now, our Artura Spider is gonna come equipped with Dynamo forged alloy wheels. Now, this is a package option. It's a 10-spoke, super lightweight. As stock, they are gonna have ceramic disc brakes, as we'd imagine. Now our vehicle is gonna have a staggered set. We're gonna have 19-inch in the front and a 20-inch rim in the back. Now, we're gonna have a finish in titanium liquid metal, and this does have a special brake caliper option, and it's gonna be in flex green. Now, coming to the back of our vehicle, I really do believe in the statement bold is beautiful. You know a McLaren when you're behind a McLaren. So back here, my senses are overwhelmed with how many heat extractors I see, how many air vents. The aerodynamics of this car is really just to aid in that lightweight speed. We're also gonna have that satin black finish on our exhaust, which is part of our black pack. And one thing that I find kind of intimidating is that we do see the engine, which is pretty incredible engineering. Comment below what you guys think of that. Now, our McLaren Artura Spider is gonna have a max speed of 205 miles per hour. It's gonna pump out 691 horsepower with 531 pound-feet of torque. This is a 10-second car on the quarter mile, and it's gonna go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Now, with our hybrid technology, it is pretty impressive, the charge capabilities. You can get an 80% charge in just 2.5 hours, and you're gonna total around 4 hours for a full charge. Now, McLaren is obviously known globally for their dihedral doors, and they're quite lightweight. Press the button and they'll take over. Now, our Vision package is our trim level today. It's gonna deliver a two-tone hue on the interior, which is gonna really give a nice accent to our Alcantara and our leather throughout. So you'll see here the stitching is selective for the trim package, which is Vision. Now, our seats are gonna be the McLaren Club Sport seat, and it's gonna be in a dove gray. And once more, it's gonna tie nice together with this flex green accent to really complement this interior. Now, our steering wheel is spec'd with a brushed metal, and it's also gonna have extended gear shift paddles. What I really like about a McLaren steering wheel is there's nothing here that shouldn't be here. It's literally just a driver's steering wheel. Being in a McLaren, we are gonna have our lovely Bowers & Wilkins audio system, which is gonna give us that upgraded sound. Now, our Artura Spider today is gonna come equipped with the driver assistance pack, which is an upgraded cost. It's gonna give you safety features like blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and other things like our adaptive front cruise control. Now, inside of our McLaren Artura Spider, we're gonna have just over an 8-inch screen here for our infotainment. This does have Apple CarPlay. You can plug in your phone in here. There is also wireless charging capabilities up front there. Our instrument cluster for the driver is over 10 inches, and something I really like about this car is that when I'm going to adjust my steering wheel, the entire instrument cluster comes with me, because again, this is a driver's car. Now, depending on what the day brings, of course, we are able to change our drivetrain. So right up here, we're able to go into electric, comfort, or sport, as well as our handling. On the other side, we're gonna be able to do the same, but it's comfort and sport. Now that I'm in the driver's seat of our McLaren Artura, a few more things I would like to point out to you guys. So right here, we are gonna have our front lift. So thank goodness, this is a very low riding car. We're also gonna have our lane departure, which is part of that driver assistance pack, and also our front end, of course, to lock our doors. Now, being that we are in a convertible, we're gonna show you guys just how fast this roof is. It might be one of the fastest ones out there. It's 10 seconds, and you're able to close it up to 30 kilometers per hour. Now, being that this is a brand new vehicle from McLaren, you're able to spec it out to your wildest dreams. Now, we have a configurator room, which allows you to pick out any sample of paint, color, package, and build your dream McLaren. Now, if you'd like to experience performance amplified, please visit our friends here at McLaren Toronto. And of course, if you've liked our video, please comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.